sorority is an organization of women who get together for a singular purpose, right? And so that means like a sisterhood. You get together, you may not be sisters by blood, you may not be sisters by adoption or whatever the case may be, but you have this singular mind, you have an idea that you want to get together for some kind of purpose. So each of our sororities that are represented here on the panel, and those that are even not here, all our founders came together and said, we want to create an organization that will serve fill in the blank purpose. And they created that purpose, they created a constitution, they created an organization that would serve the community. And that's what all of our organizations have in common.
And what's wonderful about this, there are various, you see that there are various sororities and various fraternities. And so there's often this competition because the AKAs and the Deltas and they wear this color and the others wear the others, whatever the colors are. One of the reasons we're here as the Divine Nine is because as much as we have our sorority that we love and support, and that's how we really even define ourselves in many ways. We are sisters, even when we're in other organizations, other sororities. So it's really important to know that whether the brothers with the fraternities, the male version, and the sororities, we are all united in terms of being the Divine Nine.
I just want to make just a statement that once you go to college, you'll see whether you go to a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution, or an HBCU, which is a historically black college or university, the black fraternities and sororities are lifetime commitments. Some fraternities and sororities on college campuses are not. They only are active during the 4 years that you're in school. But we know, as black folks, there are things we have to do once we graduate, that we have to go back into our community and make sure that we are engaged, enlightened, and to make sure that everything is done properly. So we have a lifetime commitment within our organization. It doesn't just stop once you graduate from college.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry.
Just one important point. Fraternities and sororities are not based only in Greekdom, right? So this Black History Month, I encourage you to look up other fraternities and entities, right? Prince Hall Masons. Anybody ever heard of the Masons? Right? Eastern Stars, right? National Council of Negro Women. I can name a ton of other organizations that would be considered fraternities and sororities.
Group by Group is actually one of those organizations that he was referring to. Group by Group is what's known as a social fellowship. We fall in line with the fraternal organization structure. We are a brotherhood. We are a lifetime commitment, as one of our panelists mentioned. Our history, our origin derived from Africa. So that's where our essence derives from. So just wanted to just make that distinction there, and I'll also pass it over to my brother, Doug.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little, so we're a little different. I got to stand up. So I love my organization. I've been in it for 35 years. I pledged at Howard University, and everything at Howard you got to pledge for. You go into a dorm, you're pledging. You're in the band, you're pledging. You go into the cafeteria, you're pledging. But the difference was that Group by Group Social Fellowship started in the midst of the civil rights era. And the thing was that it was, Black people were really starting to have a lot of pride in what they do. So our founders, which started at Morgan State College at the time, which is now Morgan State University, wanted to have something that was a little bit different than the organizations, but kind of was the essence and the roots of where we come from. So that's why we differentiate from the different organizations here. Still have a lot of love for them. In fact, one of your D9s came from our founders, with our founders, Iotas. Iotas came to Groove founders to find out how they can navigate through the administration of Morgan State. So we're all family when it comes down to it. We may wear different letters, but the essence is we're all here to help the next generation get to where they need to be.
And just to further elaborate, fraternities are primarily male organizations. We have about 4 or 5 black male fraternities. Most were formed on HBCU campuses, Howard University and others. We were formed at the time because most of all of us, African American at that particular point in time, were somewhat alienated. So the fraternities came together so they could bond and primarily get through college. And that's one of the primary reasons for the formation of fraternities. Now, most of the brothers on this platform, we're all from different organizations, but we're all part of the same organization. And that's the human race, the black human race in the world. And we all work towards a common goal to better our youth. And in fact, if you look at all of our mission statements and mandates, you will find the baseline is educating our youth and education. And let's hear something from our Panhellenic Council President.
So I think that kind of cheats on another question that's coming up, but I happen to serve as the president of the National Panhellenic Council of Nassau and Suffolk Counties. So what that is it's a council that's made up of all different organizations. So I'm the president of that. As far as Nassau Suffolk goes, the difference between our council here on Long Island and maybe the council in New York City, because there's one in New York City and all over different places, we do not have Iota Phi Theta as one of our organizations on Long Island because they have a New York-wide chapter, and that chapter is involved in the New York City Hellenic Council. But the Panhellenic Council brings all of the different D9 organizations together to form one group where we have community programs, partnerships all across. We're here as a Panhellenic Council, as well as the D9. There's a bit of a distinction. The D9 is who we are. The Panhellenic Council is an actual organization that has bylaws and all that stuff. So that's a bit of a little bit differentiation, but we all do the same thing. And if you notice our brothers here in Group 5 Group who wear black and white, the colors of the Panhellenic Council are black and white as well. And that's just to let you know that we are all the same. We all share the same common goals, and we come together as one group, even though we're in different organizations.